Hello guys, back with another election prediction video. This time it's the governor elections or the gubernatorial elections of the 2022 major election. So let's just get right into this. So first things first, we got to rank all these states. I mean, South Dakota has a possibility of going to even likely, but depends on the candidates they run here. So currently, these are the states I consider safe. Any other ones? Oh yeah, Virginia and New Jersey were already decided, so they're just safe automatically. So let me do the Democratic side. California, of course. I think Gavin Newsom will probably easily win re-election here. Same with New York. I think Kathy Hochul will probably easily win here as well. Connecticut. Even Massachusetts, I mean, was hesitating. I was running to put it likely, but I think, based on the current factors going, that Charlie Baker's dropped out of consideration for that race. Plus, they're running a Trump Republican in deep blue Massachusetts. Good luck even getting it to likely. It's going to be easy Democratic victory. Even with Martha Coakley, who famously lost the Massachusetts Senate race here a while back in a special election. Oh yeah, Vermont, New Hampshire, with Chris Sununu running for re-election, probably easily win New Hampshire by a very large margin. Illinois, Maryland. I mean, Larry Hogan is not running for re-election in Maryland, so it's probably going to be a safe Democratic state. Any other states? Oh yeah, Hawaii, definitely. Okay, let's get into the likelies. First things first, Kansas. This is going to be Republican flip. They're going to flip this because, honestly, the Democratic governor here hasn't been too moderate. And that'll really rub off of Republican voters here. They really wouldn't like that. Colorado and New Mexico. I mean, I could see New Mexico going to lean, but I do think it'll probably be around likely victories in both these states for the Democratic governors here. I don't really think they have done enough bad things for them to lose re-election. Alaska, on the other hand, this has a very close thing of actually being competitive for an independent candidate, believe it or not, but I'm going to rate it as likely Republican for now. I think the Republican wave year will help the Republicans here in Alaska retain their governorship, even if the Republican governor is doing a bad job approval-wise. In Oregon, it's quite interesting. The governor is actually not that popular as you'd expect in a blue state like Oregon, so this actually has a quite interesting chance of actually being competitive, so I'd put it as likely category for now. Ohio, forgot the rate is safe. I mean, I think the current Republican governor, Mike DeWine, is doing a pretty good job. He's actually appeasing some Democratic voters and independent voters here. So I expect him to win by double digits come the 2022 elections. Iowa, I mean, I kind of expect it to be somewhat competitive. I would say around likely. I don't think the governor has been doing a spectacular job here, but it's Iowa. It's a very Republican-leaning state. I probably expect it to be around likely margin. Florida, I mean, Ron DeSantis has been going back up in his approvals as of late. And honestly, it's looking like he'll beat Charlie Crist and Nikki Fried by around a likely margin as of right now. But Charlie Crist is probably the more electable candidate they could run in Florida, and that's probably who the Democrats should pick. They do not think Nikki Fried is the right one to run here. Texas, I mean, I was a bit of wrong on this in my last prediction. I did say Beto would make it competitive, but now looking at polling showing Beto down by that much, right around 15 points, I do expect that to narrow up, by the way. But I still think Greg Abbott's probably going to win by a likely margin, probably around 8 to 9 points. Or Texas is going to get more Republican by 2022 because of the Republican wave year. So those are my reasoning in that. And they had a heroic stance on guns in the past 2020 elections, probably coming back to haunt him here in the state, because he infamously said he wanted to take away all assault weapons. So that's really going to hurt him here in Texas. My reasoning for Rhode Island is Gina Raimondo is in the Biden admin now, so it's kind of an open seat, so you automatically have to put that as likely. Arizona and Nevada. I mean, current polling shows Nevada, the Republicans actually beating out the incumbent Democrat here. And with current Republican momentum, they're probably going to pick up this state. Arizona, I think the Democrats have a real shot at winning this. But It's a Republican wave year as of right now, so I think they're going to hold this by a lean margin, the Republicans. So now to the Rust Belt. Minnesota, the current incumbent governor here has really improved his fortunes, and honestly, he's probably going to win by around 8 points. Current polling shows him up by that much, but there's a lot of undecided, so this could be competitive further down the road, but as right now, I'm not seeing it. I'm going to say it's likely Democratic hold. Wisconsin, on the other hand, that's a Republican flip. I think the current Democratic governor here, his approvals aren't that good. Tony Evers' approval specifically, and if the Republicans say a really good candidate, they could certainly flip this race, but keep an eye on this one. This is a swing governorship race, in my opinion. Pennsylvania, another open seat, but I think with the current environment leaning towards Republicans, this seat will lean towards Republicans. I mean, the Democrats do have a good gubernatorial candidate running here, but I don't think he has what it takes to stop the current national environment. And plus, I don't know, it's currently leaning towards Republicans. Same with the Senate race. It's sort of tilted towards them, so I think that down ballot effect will affect here. In Michigan, I also expect the Republicans to flip this seat. However, I'm most cautious about this. I think it's going to be another race to watch. Very close election. Gretchen Whitmer could pull it out, but as of right now, the national environment's against her. So she has a lot of work to do, but it's not over yet. Democrats could hold this race, even in a wave year for Republicans. Maine, on the other hand, I think the current Democratic governor here's approval ratings are doing fine as of right now. And I don't think any Republican opponent will be able to unseat her here in Maine, but keep an eye on this race. It could get more competitive. It is lean Democratic after all. Now, with my last take. Georgia, I genuinely think will be lean Democratic, even in a Republican wave year as of right now. I think Stacey Abrams is the S-tier candidate to run in Georgia. The Republicans are eating themselves alive by Brian Kemp running for re-election, while David Perdue's also challenging him for the governorship of Georgia in the primary. Either way, whichever side wins there, Kemp or Perdue, they are doomed when they come to face Stacey Abrams, just simply because they divided their basis of support that badly. I think that the 2022 Republican primary in Georgia for the governor elections, they're going to be really contentious, and they're going to eat away at each other's supporters. And honestly, Stacey Abrams, perfect for the Democratic side to run here, and I think she'll hold the state and flip it to the Democratic side. So let me know what you think of this prediction in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.